Hey fellas, welcome back to Coach Ali's Corner. I am your host and your coach, Hassania Ali, as always. And then first of all, I'd like to thank you all for staying patient with me as I'm going through some transitions here. I had to get rid of my bumper because of a copyright infringement. Yeah, who doesn't like the Wu-Tang Clan though? Like seriously, but I appreciate everybody just being patient while I go through some changes, getting some things ready here in the house. If you don't know, my wife is pregnant with our third boy. It is due in a couple months now, so I've been kind of busy trying to get some things together, but I'm still here to make some content for you guys so we can help you guys stay in the fight and become better men as always. And today I wanted just to tackle something really quickly here for those who are trying to start businesses, for those who are trying to get their finances up, and for those who are trying to get into this economy game that we're going to be embarking on at the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021, you know, because the economy is not going to be the same. And we talk about this on several platforms. We talk about this all the time, where the economy is going through a new paradigm. And some of the old tactics to make money are not going to be there. And so you have to find another way to supplement your income so you don't get caught in the shift, so you're not asked out without a job. But we're going to talk about today how to start a business with the mastery theory. And what I mean by the mastery theory is, according to author Malcolm Gladwell, if you have practiced 10,000 hours in a subject, then you are considered a master. I'm going to repeat that one more time. According to author Malcolm Gladwell, if you have practiced something for 10,000 hours, you are technically considered a master of it. And how does that relate to business? Because a lot of people want to know what you have mastered throughout your life. Now, a lot of us are fellas, so let's talk sports. Most of us have mastered the game of basketball because we played it from the time that we were 5 all the way, for some of us, up until we played in college, even high school. But you know the elements of the game. And I don't just mean, you know, that a basket's worth 2 points and there's 5 players on the team. You know the ins and outs. And what I mean by that is you know how to cover a 2-3 defense. You know how to score against a 2-3 defense. You know what to do when you're up by 2 points and you need to shave time off the clock. You know how to break a full court press. So you have become a master of the game of basketball. And so how does that relate to business? Because for a lot of you have talents that you're sitting on that you're not using to use as income. And so for those who are plumbers, who had fathers that maybe were plumbers, you know, that taught them a few things about pipes and unclogging, you know, sinks and toilets and bathtubs. For those who have cut grass, know something about lawnscaping. There's a lot of you out there who have talents that you're sitting on that's not making you money. And for this economy that's coming up, you want to make sure that you have something that you can make money with. For example, I was in the writing field. I was a journalist for 15 years. I wrote in my city's newspaper at the age of 15. And that's where I got my writing start. And so that leverage from the time that I was 15, I was able to get in several major publications. For those who may know me, I have written for Tariq Nasheed on his platform. I've written for Dr. Boyce Watkins on his platform. I'm currently a contributor for the Negro Manosphere. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. And so my writing has been able to take me several places. For example, I've written a book. My wife and I written a book called Fasting Make Your Love Electric. And when we were using this tool to help bring in couples who needed marriage help, this is what we used to leverage them. Why? Because our writing skills has able to make us a product that could leverage or to lean people in and say, hey, these people know something. And you know what? As I'm sitting here thinking about it, I know there's a lot of brothers who have writing talent, but do not know how to monetize their writing talents. So if you are interested in learning how to become a better writer or how to monetize your writing, just send a comment below and we'll have a conversation. Because for a lot of brothers, a lot of you know how to write, or maybe you are, you enjoy writing, but you need to hone your skills a little bit. And so if you're interested in learning how to be a writer, that's where I can come in, because I have a book. I've been in several publications, and so I know how to leverage your writing and to get you into better gigs. So moving on. So if you have something that you're sitting on, whether you are a coder, if you know how to do code, if you're sitting in IT, if you work in the mortgage industry, if you work in customer service, or even maid in cleaning, something that you know how to do. You may not necessarily like it, but it will be leverage for you to stay working and to keep an income coming in. And better yet, you control it because it's your business. Ooh, it's hot. Excuse me, I didn't have my water. But I hope what you brothers are getting to understand is that when you have 10,000 hours of something, you become a master at it. So think about it for a minute. What I want to say is, what have you practiced for 10,000 hours? Are you a parent? Have you done transportation? Have you cleaned dishes? Have you babysat? Have you mentored? Have you coached anyone? There are so many examples that we're sitting on. Hell, do you know how to change a tire? Do you know how to change the oil in a vehicle? There's so many examples that I can use for a lot of you brothers who are sitting on talents to learn how to monetize it. These things can leverage you to get into things that you really want to do. A lot of you don't like working your job anyway. So this would be the perfect opportunity to say, hey, let me figure out what I have mastered in 10,000 hours, and let me make that into a business, because I know it. I understand it. I know it inside and out. So if anyone were to ask me questions, I could answer it like that. And why aren't you using these talents? Is it the time? The lack of resources? Maybe the lack of motivation? I'm telling you, brothers, it's time to get on your horse. You see, 2020 is taking an effect on a lot of people. About 40 million, I believe, and it's about to get worse. So I urge you to jump on that horse and get on it, because your lifestyle depends on these next 6 months. For some of you, you may be able to keep your job, which is great. I'm not knocking that. But for a lot of you, if you want the financial stability that you are, desiring to have for you and your family, or maybe it's just you, if you don't have a family, then I urge you to find that talent that you know how to do, that you practice for 10,000 hours, something you've done as a little kid, or maybe something you picked up in college that you just kept, that you kept doing and put it down for some reason. Pick that up and start a business with it. Something that people always come to you for. If you know how to catch mice, make that into a business. Other wild rodents, there's a market for that. Especially if you live in rural areas. And so I just want to reiterate the point that finding out what you have, what talent you have been sitting on for the past few years that could possibly be making you income needs to be exploited. All exploitation, is not a bad thing, as long as you're doing the right thing with it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the video. Definitely happy to provide you brothers with some more content. Remember, if you are looking to become a writer, or you need help monetizing your writing skills, just leave a comment in the comment box below. As always, thank you for stopping at Coach Ali's Corner. And you fellas, thank you for rocking with me as always. Stay in the fight, and I'm going to help you fight every step of the way to become a better man and help you live in the near future.